A lot of people have warned us about the civil unrest in Chiapas. Heck, even the Canadian government recently issued a travel advisory for the state. But we're not quick to jump to conclusions. So far, we've only experienced generosity and the warmth of the people here in Mexico, and we're betting that won't change the deeper we go in. To put that belief to the test, we're heading to one of the most remote corners of the country, a rarely visited stretch that hugs the border with Guatemala. We're driving back into Mexico's jungle, folks, so grab your safari hat and bug spray, and let's roam.
Some roads don't simply exist on a map. They live in your mind, calling to you in your sleep, filling your thoughts at work. The Pan American Highway, a road spanning the length of North and South America, a 30,000-kilometer road trip through more than 15 countries, is that road for us. Life to us is nothing more than a collection of moments, and we want to fill our moments with adventure. So for 18 months, we'll be driving south from Tuctayacta, Canada, all the way to Ushuaia, Argentina. From the Arctic to the Andes, through deserts, jungles, and the unknown, we'll live and wander in our self-built adventure-mobile, seeking stories, chasing landscapes, and redefining what it means to us to be modern-day explorers. This is our journey.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Today, we're on our way to the small town of Uninajab, a place we were told to check out by a few different people. It's the beginning of Semana Santa here in Mexico, and we're expecting to see a significant turnout of people to the many popular waterfront spots here in Chiapas.
Why, thank you, my lady.
We've arrived in Uninajab in the late afternoon. There's already a sizable crowd and the wind is starting to whip up, so we stay close to the van and finish up some work to bide our time. In the early morning, as the sun slowly makes its way over the mountains, we're able to get a closer look at this unique town park or water park. I'm not sure what to call it. As far as we know, the town of Uninajab's water is funneled in from either a large spring or cenote up the hill. Almost every household has a pool in its backyard, and this area with a large collection of beautiful and clean pools is available to the public for a small entry fee. It's a beautiful spot with a great view and somewhere around 10 to maybe 15 pools. We get in a quick dip to cool off before packing up camp and driving to our next destination. It seems to us that it would be criminal not to swim at least once before we leave. Locals and visitors are already starting to filter in, and in a few hours, this place will be a bustling scene of families enjoying the start of Holy Week.
And so the week of crowd dodging begins. We just like to make it abundantly clear that we have nothing against Semana Santa, but we just don't really care for big crowds, which means as this week progresses and we get closer and closer to Easter, things are just going to get busier and busier, and we're going to be scrambling to find spots that are a little bit further away from the crowds. Unfortunately, in Uninajab today, the crowds picked up really quickly. It is Sunday. So we're going to go and find another spot that is hopefully a little bit more peaceful. We're hoping for maybe, Lagos Montebello. We'll see what's there. Who knows?
The funny thing about loosely made plans is that they're subject to change, and because they're subject to change, inevitably they will change. When Meg noted a spot on our route to Lagos Montebello, then showed me a picture on Google, I shrugged my shoulders and said, sure, we can go take a look. We had absolutely no idea what we were in for.
Yeah, it looks like cedar trees, but they're That's the brightest thing I ever saw.
Wow. That's beautiful. Well, this was unexpected.
I've said before that Mexico, Chiapas in particular, has been doing its work in redefining our understanding of the word magical. Well, What we found here, if you looked it up in a dictionary, you would find the word mystical. Yet again, we stepped out of the real world into maybe a Tolkien book, or perhaps C.S. Lewis wrote this one. Whoever it was, we had just found another world. If you're watching this right now and you're still in disbelief that it all exists, don't worry. We were there and couldn't believe what we were seeing.
What just happened?
Oh, I want to get a stick to see if I can get the garbage out of the water. Deeper. Yeah. It's deep.
It's deeper than you.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's deeper than 6 feet.
But you know what? Deep means jumping. And that's the best way to get into cold water. Woo! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Jump in the water! Hello!
Don't swallow the water. Don't swallow the water.
I think in terms of Chiapas water, this is probably the safest there is. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Wow, it's so magical.
It's so deep. I can't believe how deep it is. I got floaty slippers. Okay, so now we are actually going to Laguna Montebello. We got kind of sidetracked at Ojo del Agua.
De Agua.
Ojo de Agua. Man, alive. What is it with these names? Ojo de Agua. And it was totally epic. Mm-hmm. So we just decided to stay here last night. We basically camped for free, which was great. Yeah, we got like an hour drive. Everything is super close here in Chiapas. So not a ton of driving, which is nice for our fuel bill.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It's the start of April, and though the rainy season looms on the horizon and each mile pulls us further south, the air up here is surprisingly perfect. On this elevated plateau of Chiapas, where pine trees stretch skyward and the jungle holds its breath, a gentle microclimate settles around us. Cool, calm, and quiet. For once, we're not consumed by sweat or discomfort. Instead, there's space, glorious space, to breathe, to think, and to notice the world unfolding gently around us. As we'll be away from any major city for a while, it's of course necessary to stock up on a little more fruit and veggies. That dashboard was looking a little empty without a pineapple, papaya, and mangoes in it. As we progress along the 307, mountains begin to climb up in our windshield, and the foliage along the road grows a little thicker and a little more lush. It's not long after that we've arrived in Lagos de Montebello area and home for the night.
I'm not going to complain about a spot like this. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh. Water's the perfect temperature. It's clear.
This spot is one of the smaller lakes in the area and has no entry fee, and from our immediate observations is only occasionally frequented by locals. The surrounding forest is an interesting mix of pine trees and oak, making for a rather unique picture. It's blissfully quiet here and out of the way enough that we'll go unnoticed for the most part, which, as you may know, is exactly how we like it.
Hey there, honey.
Hello.
Oh, what's going on?
So we have found this incredible spot, lakeside, with nobody around in Chiapas, which we never thought would happen during Semana Santa. So we are going to stick around for maybe 3 days, which is longer than we've stuck around anywhere in a very long time. We're both feeling a little run down from the pace of our travels lately, so yeah, this is an amazing opportunity to just slow down and reset.
This looks scrumptious. What have you done, love?
We've got a chicken and arugula salad because the arugula is on his last legs, so we must eat it all.
Wunderbar.
Yeah. That's it. That's all.
That's it, that's all. Are we running out of food?
Just vegetables.
We're just running out of vegetables.
Yeah. It happens so fast, all at once, always.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next morning, we woke to what might have been the most incredible birdsong we've ever heard. The air was still and fresh, with beads of overnight rain clinging to the van. Across the lake, clouds rolled slowly over the mountaintop, like a quiet signal that something beautiful was taking shape above. So, up we go for a bird's eye view. We ended up spending 2 full days beside this lake. Travel fatigue is real, especially when your livelihood depends on working while on the road. As I've mentioned before, Meg works part-time, which means she's online for 4 to 6 hours a day, and that's in addition to cooking, cleaning, and handling all the admin that comes with our social media work. I take care of the filmmaking, which easily adds up to 40 hours a week between filming, editing, and packaging each episode. I also handle all the driving and maintenance on the van. We work hard to afford this lifestyle, and when you combine that workload with constantly moving, finding new places to sleep, and trying to fit in as much activity as possible along the way, it really adds up. So having a few days to stay put isn't just a break, it's necessary for keeping our pace sustainable. We've been experiencing some issues with the van. If you've been here a while, then you'll know that those issues usually start to surface at higher elevations. We're heading for South America, where seemingly everything is well above 3,500 meters, so the need to sort out these issues is becoming an increasingly pressing matter. A smart mechanic once told me, try the small stuff and inexpensive stuff first. So today, I'm giving our mass airflow sensor a clean, giving the van a new air filter, and checking and topping up fluids if necessary. With any luck, this will take care of our power loss issue and perhaps have us climbing hills a tiny bit faster.
Okay, so today we're doing a kind of fun thing. We're gonna walk into Guatemala. We are so close to the border, and there's a small town here on one of the lakes, and you can simply just walk over. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna head on further on down the road. That's Guatemala right over there.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Super cool, huh?
Guatemala now?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Super cool. Through this like lovely little trail too. Wunderbar. Look, honey, I'm in 2 places at once.
Oh my gosh. Nick's first Guatemalan dog.
Bitey.
It doesn't look very responsive. Wants nothing to do with you. Well, it's official, folks. We can now say that we have been to our 4th country on this trip, and Belize is coming up in the next 2 weeks or so, so that'll be number 5.
Yeah. Even if number 4 was only for 5 minutes, still counts.
Still counts. And we got this ticket thing. We had to actually pay to get in here to this community, but apparently the boleto that we purchased will get us into all the other lakes here. So we're gonna do
check out a couple others, Montebello and maybe.
I think probably just Montebello.
We'll see.
Let's go.
The lakes being a well-known attraction in the area were pretty busy, but that didn't stop us from popping in to check them out. El Lagos de Montebello are mostly karstic in origin, formed by the slow dissolution of limestone bedrock over thousands of years. The process creates sinkholes and depressions that fill with water, leading to the formation of lakes. Some of the lakes are also part of ancient cenotes or flooded caves, which would be pretty cool to find, but maybe not on this trip.
Lagos. Wow. Those stairs are wild.
If you're enjoying this film and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It's a free and easy way to help our videos make it to a wider audience.
Yeah, we're trying something we've never tried before. This is called chinquiguajes, and I think these, it's like corn tortilla stuffed with refried beans with queso and chorizo on top, and then this gal right here is frying us up some fresh chicken. We're having fried chicken and French fries.
Got me some fried chicken. Meg told the lady to put ketchup all over it.
I didn't know she was going to put it all over.
Didn't leave town without getting frutas y verduras.
Sorry?
What'd you get, babe?
I got beets, tomatoes, lettuce, carrots, bananas. That's it.
I can't believe you almost forgot paletas.
So close to forgetting the most important thing.
I mean, it's not even that hot today.
I know, but sweet treat.
So, to some of our Mexican viewers, can you confirm or deny whether it is paleta or palita? We don't really know how to pronounce it properly, so if you can help us with that, that'd be great.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
Oh no. What flavor is this? I thought mango for sure. Ugh.
What is that?
I don't even want it.
What is that?
And with that, we were leaving the Lagos de Montebello area and continuing further into yet another new and interesting landscape, one that feels a lot more like what we know of Guatemala, which of course is no surprise considering our proximity. The gentleman who had kindly admitted us onto this mirador stood behind us as we peered down over the edge to the river valley bottom, and explained that below us lay El Corazón Escondida de Chiapas, the hidden heart of Chiapas. And you'd never know it from here unless of course you carry with you a special little flying tool.
Why am I today 8 years old and learning that that's how pineapples grow?
What? You didn't know?
No, I
This is our first time seeing a pineapple farm. This is freaking exciting.
Oh, that's so
I
great.
want them all.
Wow.
Oh, so
That's so
cool.
neat.
I wonder when it's time to pick the pineapple. How do you know?
I don't. What do you grow here? I don't even know, but it's so amazing. This
I
place
don't-
is incredible.
I don't know what those trees are.
Welcome to Chiapas, where it's incredible everywhere you go. Oh,
Jungle. Gorgeous.
my eye is just like popping out of my skull right now. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Alex loves it.
I love it. I dare say we found camp. So long as we're allowed to camp. Thoughts and reactions?
This is incredible. Oh my god. Everyone, there's so many people here. It's
Yeah.
obviously a popular Semana Santa spot. But everyone here is so excited that we're Canadian and we're here. We just had two very, very cute teenage girls come to our door with some watermelon slices. And they just wanted to meet us and they wanted to see our van. They have dreams of living the van life one day themselves. So that was so cute to meet them.
So, hola, Susan and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
In the quieter and cooler hours of the next morning, we struck out to explore the river we'd camped beside the night before. Judging by the number of folks camped here, this must be a popular locals hangout, and there has to be a good reason why. We had absolutely no doubt that it was for an exceptionally good reason. The jungle has always held a certain pull for me. It's a world apart from what we know in Canada, a landscape that feels entirely foreign, almost otherworldly. We had a brief introduction to the jungle terrain in San Luis Potosi and the northern side of Oaxaca, but as we've come to learn, every state in Mexico carries its own distinct character, its own rhythm, and surprises. Chiapas is no exception.
Well, we're stopped here on the side of the road somewhere in Chiapas. We left the spot by the river because there were a lot of people rolling in. Today we're heading into Las Nubes, and I think it's probably going to be pretty busy there as well, so we're not going to stay super long. But from there we're going to start hugging the border of Guatemala for a really long period of time. There's just this straight stretch that goes straight like west to east and straight as an arrow. And right on the other side is Guatemala. And over the weekend, the last few days of Semana Santa, we're going to just try and aim for some quiet and private river spots.
See what we can find.
Yeah.
Las Nubes would be a short out and back from the 307. We'd been, again, by multiple sources, implored to check it out if we were in the area. As we begin to depart from the typical well-beaten path in Chiapas, we're finding that two Canadians driving around in a colorful van is quite the spectacle. As we approach the Cascada, families along the river would all turn in unison and stare, transfixed on the rare sight of Betty. When we'd stick our hands out and wave, they would all answer with broad, toothy smiles and returned waves. In short, we have felt incredibly welcomed in the state of Chiapas. After our short visit to Las Nubes, it was time to continue our progress east. It would be an ambitious drive day for us. Although our destination only lay a mere 34 kilometers away, the roads here are winding, tope heavy, and many sections are in need of repair. So our progress is slow, to say the least. But as you can likely guess, the landscape began to change and morph. As we made our way towards the agricultural flats that surround Reserva de la Biosfera Monte Azul, the mountains began to diminish in size, the temperatures climbed, and even though we couldn't imagine it was possible, the foliage became more lush.
Well, I dare say, babe, that looks like a pretty good place to camp down there, don't you think? Yeah, let's go down there.
Let's go down there.
Oh, yeah.
So we're on this river just before the road goes straight and super close to the Guatemalan border, and it's all controlled by this rural community. And it's so funny today. There's been like 4 different guys that have been so interested in the van. Is it 4x4? Like, what do you have in there? Solar panels? You're driving to Argentina? What? Like, they love the Raptor liner. It's been so fun. And all these little communities, it's so great. Like tonight, we're staying on this river. We can explore the entire beach, and it was 20 pesos for us both to camp. And last night was 40 pesos. It's been excelente. We love Chiapas.
Yeah.
And we love being here where it seems like there's no other gringos traveling.
To make a brief mention of home, this spot really reminded me of the gravel bar campouts I used to have with my 4x4 buddies in the back hills of Mission and Chilliwack. So shout out to you guys and shout out to the Lower Mainland. It's now Saturday. We're aiming to spend the weekend on another river that makes up the border to Mexico and Guatemala on the far east side of the country. Between us and our next spot lies a section of road that follows the laser-straight boundary of the two countries until it reaches Rio Chicoy. Google tells us it's going to be an hour-and-a-half drive to reach our destination, but we know by now that that's just simply not going to be the case.
It's a blockade. First Chiapas blockade.
Stop by the 5-0. Mexican 5-0. Oh my gosh, how cute.
Hello.
Oh, so sweet.
Hello.
Those are some nice looking cowies. Oh, stragglers.
For the next 3 hours, we followed a road that ran straight in theory, but in practice asked far more of us. We swerved, slowed, surged forward again, dodging potholes, skirting washouts, and avoiding encroaching foliage trying to reclaim the asphalt. Yet, once again, the path less traveled has paid its dues. Around us stretches a corner of Mexico seldom seen by the average traveler, and with it, that electric spark of true adventure. What we found here are warm smiles, open hearts, and another beautiful patch of this world we're lucky enough to tuck into memory. Places like this, unlikely, offbeat, unassuming, are always worth the drive. Thank you for being here with us on this journey. We hope our stories and experiences spark something in you. Maybe a bit of curiosity, maybe the urge to get out and explore this big, beautiful world for yourself. Go chase that next adventure and make the kind of memories that stick with you. Until the next one, keep on roaming. If you would like to see behind the scenes content, get route and camp spot information, or if you'd just like to help support us by putting some gas in our tank each month, you can contribute on Patreon. And hey there, bud, before you go, don't forget to go on over to slowroamers.com to get yourself some rad Slow Roamers merch. For additional photos and commentary on the journey we're taking, follow along on Facebook and Instagram. Alrighty, folks, that's all. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.